Some artists make music. Some win awards. But only a few change the game forever. Burna Boy did. More than rise to fame, he led a revolution. He became the voice of a continent. The African giant, whose sound shook the world and made history. From the streets of Port Harcourt to the Grammy stage. Damani Ebunoluwa Ogulu, known to the world as Burna Boy, carved a path that no one before him dared to walk. This is the story of a king who turned Afro-fusion into a global force and made the world listen to the rhythm of Africa. Before we journey into the extraordinary life of Burna Boy, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, because more epic, inspiring and unforgettable stories like this are coming and you won't want to miss them. Burna Boy was born on July 2, 1991 in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria. His father, Samuel Ogulu, worked in a welding company, while his mother, Bose Ogulu, was a translator and language expert. Music ran deep in his family. His grandfather, Benson Edonije, was the legendary manager of Fela Kuti, the pioneer of Afrobeat. Growing up in such a household, the sounds of Fela Kuti, Bob Marley and American rappers filled his ears every day. These influences planted the seeds of something great. But life in Nigeria was no fairy tale. Burna Boy grew up in a city known for its oil wealth, but also its poverty and violence. The streets were tough and dreams were rare. As a teenager, he found escape in music. He started making beats using Fruity Loops software his classmates had given him. At night, he would write lyrics, record songs, and dream of one day being heard beyond the shores of Africa. At age 15, Burna Boy left Nigeria for the United Kingdom to continue his education. But school was never his passion. Music called him more loudly than any textbook. He returned to Nigeria, determined to build his future from scratch. In 2010, Burna Boy signed with Aristocrat Records. 2 years later, he released Like to Party, the song that changed his life forever. Like to Party became an instant hit across Nigeria. Young people everywhere danced to its catchy hook and smooth Afro-fusion vibe. Suddenly, Burna Boy was a star. His debut album, Life, Leaving an Impact for Eternity, dropped in 2013. Featuring hits like Run, My Race and Yawa Day, the album was a commercial success, selling thousands of copies and establishing Burna Boy as one of the hottest talents in Nigeria. But Burna Boy's ambition reached far beyond local fame. He wanted to change the world's perception of African music. In 2015, Burna Boy released his second album, On a Spaceship. Though praised by critics, the album did not explode globally. But Burna Boy was just warming up. He kept grinding, touring and creating his unique sound, a blend of Afrobeat, reggae, dancehall, hip-hop and R&B that no other artist could match. Then came 2018, and with it a game changer. His album Outside featured the international hit You, a song that accidentally blew up when American rapper Kanye West released an album with the same title, causing music fans to search for Ye and discover Burna Boy instead. But it wasn't luck that made You a global anthem. It was Burna's irresistible sound and rebellious energy. The song became a symbol of pride for Africans everywhere. But Burna Boy was only getting started. In 2019, he released African Giant and everything changed. The album was a masterpiece. Bold, proud, unfiltered. Songs like Anybody, Dangote and Gbona told stories of African struggle, hope and power. His collaboration with artists like Georgia Smith, Future and YG gave him an even wider global audience. African Giant earned him a Grammy nomination for Best World Music Album, a first for many African fans who had waited decades to see their sound respected on the world stage. Though he did not win that year. The message was clear. Burna Boy had arrived. Africa had arrived. But the real victory came in 2020. His fifth studio album, Twice as Tall, dropped, and this time the world listened. Executive produced by American music mogul Diddy, the album soared to the top of charts worldwide. It was rich with African pride, global ambition, and unshakable confidence. Twice as Tall won Burna Boy his first Grammy Award for Best Global Music Album in 2021, making him only the second Nigerian artist to win that honor. Burna Boy's speech to the world was simple but powerful. Africa is in the house. Africa is here to stay. With his Grammy win, Burna Boy shattered barriers. For decades, African music had been ignored, underestimated, and sidelined. But Burna forced the world to listen. His blend of sounds, languages, and cultures created something no one else could. Afro fusion was not just a genre anymore. It was a movement. But Burna Boy's journey was not without storms. His bold personality, his fiery statements, and his refusal to bow to music industry pressure made him a controversial figure. He spoke out against corruption, police brutality, and injustice in Nigeria. He joined voices in the End SARS protests in 2020 against police violence. He made music that spoke truth to power, not just dance tracks for the club. Yet through every controversy, Burna stood tall. His 2022 album Love Damine revealed another side of the African giant, a more reflective, emotional, and personal Burna Boy. Songs like Last Last, which sampled Tony Braxton's He Wasn't Man Enough, topped charts across the world. The album featured global stars like Ed Sheeran and Khalid, proving once again that Burna Boy was no longer just a Nigerian artist. He was a world artist. He sold out Madison Square Garden in New York City, becoming the first African solo artist to do so. He lit up stadiums in London, Paris, and Amsterdam. The African Giant tour broke records. Everywhere he went, fans from every race and nation sang in Yoruba, Pidgin, and English. The world was dancing to Africa's rhythm. Burna Boy became more than an artist. He became a symbol of African pride, a voice for the youth, a warrior who refused to shrink himself to fit the world's expectations, a leader who carried the hopes of an entire continent on his shoulders and smiled while doing it. His awards cabinet filled quickly. BET Awards, MTV Europe, Music Awards, MOBO Awards, Grammy. Time magazine named him one of the 100 most influential people in the world. African presidents praised him. Western celebrities flocked to him. But none of this changed the man who once made beats in his bedroom in Port Harcourt. Through it all, Burna Boy never forgot his roots. He spoke of his love for Nigeria, of its beauty and its pain. He invested in local communities, supported young artists, and lifted others into the spotlight. He made sure that the door he kicked open stayed wide for those who would come after him. Today, Burna Boy stands as one of the most important musicians in the world, a global icon, a revolutionary, a true African giant. From the oil-soaked streets of Port Harcourt to the bright lights of the Grammys, Burna Boy's journey is one of courage, defiance, and greatness. He didn't just make music, he made history. And this is only the beginning. As Burna Boy himself said, the world has not seen the best of him yet. The fire still burns. The giant still walks. So if you were inspired by this powerful story of passion and triumph, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Because many more incredible journeys like Burna Boy's are coming your way, and you won't want to miss a single one. Stay tuned.